Chapter 6. One morning, Maggie noticed Mrs. Leeper whispering with other teachers in the hall. They glanced at Maggie, who scrunched down, trying to look invisible so they wouldn't talk about her. When class started, Mrs. Leeper said, "Boys and girls, let's have a happy teacher today." She said that so often no one paid any attention. Then she pointed to words she had written on the chalkboard. "Mouth of September. Nice day." The words made the class laugh, but Maggie did not see anything funny. Mrs. Leeper said, "Maggie, can you tell us what is wrong with these words?" It was the moment when Maggie discovered she could not read cursive. She shook her head while others, eager to point out errors, waved their hand. Later in the day, Mrs. Leeper announced, "Class, we need a message monitor. Who wants to be our message monitor?" Even though she did not expect to be chosen, because she was not a person who made Mrs. Leeper happy, Maggie raised her hand. So did the rest of the class, except Kirby, who never wanted to be a monitor for anything, and who, at the moment, was under the table. "Maggie, you may be our message monitor," said Mrs. Leeper. "She means Muggie," whispered Kirby, coming up from under the table where he had been figuring out how the legs were fastened to the top. "Me?" said Maggie. "Yes, you," said Mrs. Leeper with a happy smile. "And here is a note for you to take to Mr. Galloway." She handed Maggie an envelope. "Please wait for an answer." Maggie lost no time in escaping to the freedom of the hall, where no one supervised her. The envelope was not sealed. Peeking was cheating, Maggie told herself. Bravely and honestly, Maggie carried the note halfway to the principal's office. Then she stopped and thought, "One peek won't hurt. Not if it's quick. If the envelope was not sealed, it must be all right to look inside." She might have guessed. Cursive writing. Maggie could not figure the note out, which read, "When is this girl ever going to decide to write cursive?" Maggie recognized the question mark and decided Mrs. Leeper was probably asking for more worksheets or something equally boring. "Hello there, Maggie," said the principal when she held out the note. While Maggie waited, Mr. Galloway wrote a short answer, which he put in the same envelope. He crossed out his name and wrote Mrs. Leeper's name in its place. The school could not afford to waste envelopes. "Take this to your teacher," he said with a big smile. "And thank you, Maggie." I won't look, Maggie told herself. What would be the use when the note was written in cursive? Maggie walked more and more slowly. Was it wrong to look at something she could not read? Of course not, Maggie decided, and she slipped the note out of the envelope. Mr. Galloway's cursive was not as neat as Mrs. Leeper's, which did not seem right to Maggie. A principal's writing should be better than a teacher's. Maggie will decide to read and write cursive sooner or later. It looks like later. Maggie studied Mr. Galloway's loops and curves until one word jumped out at her. Maggie. She was shocked. What was Mr. Galloway saying about her? Maggie felt her cheeks turn red. Quickly, she replaced the note and hurried to her classroom, as if she was carrying something hot. Mrs. Leeper gave her a sharp look and said, "Thank you, Maggie," before she read what the principal had written. Then she smiled, once more a happy teacher. Suddenly, Maggie found cursive interesting. How could she read people's letters if she could not read cursive? She couldn't. Maggie, gifted and talented Maggie, felt defeat. Oh boy, do you guys think she's going to write cursive? Join me for the next chapter to find out.